Hey friends, welcome. If this is your first time visiting, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. And if you haven't already done so, please hit the subscribe button. I'd love to have you as a subby friend. If you like the video, give it a big thumbs up. So I'm getting ready to mix some epoxy. And so today we're going to look at Hobby Lobby's newest epoxy mixer. So this is $34.99 and it's different than the old one. So I have the one that I use the most. It's set up there in the side with epoxy all over it. But I do have this one, and they do still sell this one. So this is just a brand new one of the other one. And I just want to show you the differences. And since I have this spare, I'm going to show you this one as opposed to the other one. So with this one, you can see the way it sits up is it's sort of like sideways. So it sits like this and the cup goes in it. So with this one, if you have this one, one of the things that I do so that I could fill my cup up a little bit more is I'll take something and put it underneath it and lift it. Because otherwise, if you fill your cup too much, the epoxy runs down, but it's still very good. And then the other thing, it has this metal stir to it. So this is what it goes inside and then it stirs. And it does this thing does a really good job. I love this thing. However, you can see like epoxy, it's hard to, if you don't clean it right away, it's hard to get the epoxy off of it. I'm always using like my little Cricut blade to, you know, peel it off and stuff. So I do still really like this mixer to a point where, you know, I mean, I have an extra so that I don't ever have to go without one. So I do like this mixer, but there's some things that could have been improved on it. And I think I haven't opened this new mixer yet and I haven't used it, but I feel like they have improved on it. So I bought the mixer, $34.99. This one's more expensive. And then I also got some extra silicone stir sticks with it. Now the metal stirring stick, for the other one, you can buy extras of those too. And I do have some extras, but it comes like 2 in a pack for like $10. So I'm going to open this. So it comes with a stir stick. So this stir stick is definitely longer than these ones, but it is silicone. So you can, you know, certainly pull the epoxy off of it. And look at this big cup that it comes with. I wonder if that actually fits inside. So you may be able to hold a lot. I'm excited. Let's see. Okay, so here is the base. Oh, and this is the arm. Okay. So this, I love the fact that this sits upright. Instructions. And look at that. Okay, so you're going to be able to do multiple sizes with this, which is really nice. And like this is up to 250 milliliters. So, okay, so this is awesome. I'm really excited, and I'm excited to see how well it actually stirs. So here's the screws to put the little base on. I'll have to get a little screwdriver. All right, so there's that. It's got an on and off button here. Now I'm also wondering, how would a smaller cup do in this? What if you don't want to do the big cup? It might be that yeah, see that? That's probably not going to stir very well. So you might, you might have to use the other one for the smaller ones, unless, I don't know if you could. I'm sure I could jimmy something around there to make it work if I needed to, but the smaller cups definitely don't, We'll turn it on and see if it would still turn it, but I'm thinking that it probably won't, because unless you, put some padding around it. Oh, well, maybe, okay, I lied. I guess it will do the smaller ones. So I'm going to use the bigger one that it's meant for. And then, okay, so it looks like these unscrew. You pull this like this. Okay, hold on. Make that even. And then you put I think you put your stir stick. Let's see if these smaller stir sticks would even fit. I bought these thinking they'd be extras for that, but that comes with a really big stir stick. Yeah, see, that wouldn't even fit. Okay, so there's no using those. Those I'll just use for regular whatever. Let me stop this for a second. So you would lift this up to put it like down in there. Then tighten it. And then it's going to stir. Okay, so these stir sticks here we know will be just to use. All right, so now I'm going to just put some epoxy in here. I'm going to put some epoxy in here, and we're going to let it run. We're going to let it stir for the full 4 minutes. I'm just going to go ahead and use the small one. I think that's fine. And we'll see what happens. All right, so this is my Hippie Crafter epoxy, part A and part B. So I'm just going to fill up my measuring cups here. And so this is equal parts epoxy. Now, I still like to do that first, like mix it together. Because you're supposed to pour your epoxy like one into the other and then mix. So even though I'm putting it in the mixer, I still do this. I find I get a really good mix this way. And the other thing is, doing it this way, I can also save my mixing cups a bit, because, if I just poured it in, like, it would never get hard in my mixing cups because it's not mixed. This way it does get hard in my little, not mixing cups, but my little measuring cups. And it dries, and I can still just pull it out and reuse them. All right, so let's put it in. I'll put this down all the way to touch the bottom. These are sort of a pain. Now this is using the small one. We know it's meant to have this one, but I just want to see, you know, if it's going to mix a small one. If it mixes a small one, we know it's going to mix the one that fits in there really good. So let's give it 4 minutes and then we'll come back. All right, so we have done our stirring. Let me just lift this up. And I'm going to be honest, this did a really good job. Let me just tighten that for a minute. This piece, I mean, it works well, but it's definitely not as convenient as just sticking something in there, but I just want to lift this up without taking it completely out for the moment. All right, that looks good. That is really, really clear, and it did a really good job. Like, that is a really good mix. So I'm going to be using this Farmhouse glitter, and I'm going to put some in. And now I want to just stir my glitter in with this. So normally, because, you know, I'm showing here's my epoxy, here's my glitter, I don't like show you guys that I like to do this too. So keep this in mind. So this would be the one disadvantage, I would say, is this piece here. Sorry, I had to clean this real quick before I had a chance. So this is the one piece, like I said, this is right here, isn't super convenient. But I do like the fact that you can do larger portions. I like it sticking up. So anyways, I do like to take it and just mix my glitter in. If I am like still setting stuff up and I'm not filming a project, I'll just throw my glitter in it. That's why sometimes you'll see my cup. I'll decide to film something, you'll see my cup and the glitter will already be mixed in. But yeah, so I'll just like pour the glitter in like this, and you know, in the other one it's sideways, and just let it stir. So I just thought I'd show you that. Anyways, so I like this. I like this a lot. The piece that I'm not as fond of are just these little pieces that you have to be careful not to drop them. And I am glad that I dropped it, just because, you know, it kind of gives you that thought of, you know. And this is kind of nice too, the fact that you can actually just take this and, you know, stir your stuff up. So I'm just gonna fill this in. This is for a piece that I'm doing. Oh yeah, see, like this is mixed really, really nice. So with this, both of them work really well. This one allows you to do a lot more epoxy and it's not as messy. These little pieces here are the only sort of pain in the neck, you know, I could see. However, you know, everything's going to have its little piece, its little thing, you know, but, and then this is also bigger. It does take up more room. So what I would say is, if you don't already have one, then, and you're going to buy one, either one is going to work really well for you. You know, if you want to be able to do larger quantities, that's going to be this one. If the $10 difference in price is not a big deal to you, then I would get this one. You know, if the $10 is, then you could get the other one. It works great. I've been using it for a very long time, and it also works super good. But I definitely like this. I'm glad that I got it, and I'm glad that I can do larger amounts of epoxy in it. So listen, I hope the video was helpful. I hope you have a blessed day. And if you're interested in how my piece turned out, come back tomorrow and we'll put it together. See you later. Bye, friends.